Alright, what's up guys? How we doing today? Today I'm just going to teach you guys how to make a little baby loop sounding something like this. Right, you guys get the idea. It basically just keeps going on and on. Alright, so basically, this is what I do. We're just going to start from where I started, and we're going to start from there. So, this is what I did. I started off with an expand bank right here. The exact one is, if you go to ethnic, and where is it? Right over here. Oh Jesus Christ. Shakuhachi flute preset. And I just did this. Actually, let me take the... No, that's good. And I just started with this. Now the effects I have on this is I'll show you right here. Let me take everything off just so I can show you what I did. So that's dry. Had this in the middle. I basically just made it a bit wider in the stereo like this, so it plays in your ears a bit more. Then I added this reverb here. These are the settings if you guys want to see. I basically just lowered the dry, put the low cut up, widened it all the way, and just turn the wet up a bit, just so it sits in the background a bit more, and that sounds like this. Then I'm like, I think it needs like a texture just to play around with, like something like a Metro would put in like a Not All Heroes Wear Capes type of beat. So I put this bell. If you want the preset, again, expand is 85% off right now, so I definitely suggest you guys go get it. It's basically the bell preset, and it's cascading bells, and it's a really cool sound because you basically just, you know what I mean? It's pretty. It just floats around in your head. So I'm just gonna play it by itself, and then I'll show you what it sounds like with the flute. Right? Let's just do this quick. Yeah. So with the flute, it sounds like this. See how it kind of just plays in your head a bit. Now there were some not harsh frequencies, but there were some frequencies I didn't like. So basically all I did for that is I cut out the low end over here. So without it, I'll show you what it sounds without. Like pretty similar. There was just, I didn't want the low end in. I just wanted like the cascading part of the bells. So which is more like up here. It was a bit harsher up here, so I just did a bit of a duck down here. Took the lower frequencies down. And again with the flute sounds like this. Right? Next thing I added was I just wanted an arpeggio to go in the background to go with it. Let me show you what it sounds like without effects, because I added basically I just took the bass frequencies out, the sub, and I took the frequencies up here out to get some of that clicking noise out. And then I just went to momentary and then clicked half speed, because that's the secret sauce that everyone knows. And it sounds like this. With the flute and the cascading bells. You know, you start getting that, I'm like, then I was thinking to myself, I think it needs a consistent, not chord basis, but just a consistent hit to go with it. So that sounds like this. And with this, I could have kept it on A the entire time because 8 is the root note in this situation, but I wanted to play around a bit, so I added the G sharp and the E with it, just to give it that, just to change it up a bit. So what that adds to it is I'll play with the flute. Right? So it stays on the A, and then when it goes down, it's still on key. It just adds a little bit of variance to it. And finally, the last thing I added was the, right over here, the guitar preset. And I'm not sure if it was a guitar or a koto. Let me just double check. Make sure it's right for the video. Oh no, I'm not even bad. It was the Flamingo B in Omnisphere. I think it's the only Omnisphere patch I added with. So this, oh yeah, if you guys want to know what preset the keys were I used in the last one, it's just the standard keys preset. It is the ambient space piano, which is the first one you click on. It was just on shuffle, that's why I was there. And my two favorite guitars on Omnisphere are probably Flamingo A and Flamingo B. B sounded better in this situation, so I added this. Now I'll show you how to get all these effects. So this is without effects. Still good, still clean, like it's really good. I'll show you how I got these. So first things first, don't ever sleep on Patcher. Patcher is an insane plugin. Basically, it runs a whole bunch of different plugins through the same one that you can control within one knob or a series of knobs. It just makes it really easy to use. The presets are really good. You can also make your own. In this case, my favorite ones to use is the Crusher. I use it a lot to give it kind of like that crackle feeling. So this is without. And this is with. Right, like playing with this knob. It's very subtle, but you can hear it. Then I added this just to take a bit of low ends out and boost up the whole mix. And now that I cut the lows out, you can kind of hear the higher frequencies, right? Then add a reverb, put the low up. I always do max. I just really enjoy the sound of that, and then just keep everything else the same. Right, so it just gives it that open feeling. And then finally I added the delay 3, my favorite delay to use. Turn the wet down to about here. I put it on ping pong mode. Added the pan to about this, which is about 49%. Turn the cutoff all the way down to here. Then I put the wet to roughly about half, a little bit above half. And my a really interesting thing to do is put the sample rate down, so that when it echoes, it's not the best quality, which adds a bit of that more vintage sound. So this is what that sounds like. And now everything together. Right, so that sounds good. Maybe not all at once, and that's why I always bounce it out to audio afterwards, after layering it down. So this is how I did it. I basically started off with the areas in the mix where it stands out the most. So I wanted this going through the entire thing because it gives it a nice texture / ambience. So I kept that going with this the entire time because I really thought they layered really nice with each other. And one thing I really like to do in my mixes, or not my mixes, when I lay out the patterns for the beat, is I like to change something up every 8 bars or so. So that's the 1 to the 9 in this situation. I didn't want too much to change here because I really like the bounce that was going. So all I added was this right here. So it goes in, and it was this sound right here. Just for like a little more high end. So I'll play it here so you can hear what it comes in. Right? Just switches up a bit. Next thing I added, I didn't know if I wanted the flute in right away, so I experimented with putting the whole pattern in. Wasn't crazy about that, so I ended up just doing this. Just on the ones. And then it'll come in, and I also added this texture for like a more high energy area. And then last but not least, I just added the entire pattern here, the entire flute pattern here. We're gonna pull this thing, Then all you have to do is I went to Edison, right over here, bounces out to audio. So just make sure it's on play, record, and then hit play from the beginning of your playlist. Then you can bounce it out by holding this, like you hold here, you click, drag, drop it into the playlist right here. And then all I did to manipulate the sample after that is I made sure it was on stretch, and then I pitched it down by 2. So then the final sample sounds like this. Maybe I should unmute it. And now that you have the actual sample, you can do stuff like reverse it if that's what you like. Sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna play what it sounds like in an actual beat if you guys want to hear. Let me just mute my brother's vocals because he's recording a banger of a track right now. So for the intro here, what I did is the same sample. I just made it unique. So that's right click here and make unique. And what I did, I pitched it down by 12, make sure it's on stretch again. So it just gives an intro. I'm still working on the mix right now, but this is roughly what I have. And then it goes into the other sample. So you can hear kind of how the ambient bells, the cascading bells, has a kind of like a cool effect in your ears. Like it adds to the beat almost like a perk. That ARP adds a bit more energy to it. All right. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I don't know how to end it. I don't even know where the hell I am right now. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Shorter video today, I know, but that just means more to come. All right, thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.